afternoon, media partners, and welcome to the Philippine digital launch of the all-new Corolla Cross. Join us today as we cross into the future with Toyota's first hybrid crossover in the Philippines. At the forefront of this journey to our new forward-driven world, please welcome the President of Toyota Motor Philippines, Mr. Atsuhiro Okamoto.
Good day, dear friends. And this is the Philippine launch of the all-new Corolla Cross. I hope you are all doing well. We at TMP are happy to welcome you to today's virtual launch. Toyota believes that better sustainable mobility can further drive progress and improve quality of life. And so, we made this the inspiration for today's occasion. Today, we are making history by introducing TMP's first ever hybrid crossover. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present to you the new car for our ever-changing world, the all-new Corolla Cross. Guided by our philosophy by making ever better cars, Toyota took the best of a classic model, the Toyota Corolla, and turned it into a sleek and modern crossover. And with its hybrid variant, the Corolla Cross takes us closer to our vision of sustainable mobility and a greener earth for future generations, while delivering our signature quality, durability, and reliability. The Corolla Cross is designed to move you in comfort and style with people you love. It provides driving pleasure and efficiency thanks to Toyota's new global architecture, while giving you and your family peace of mind. With the advanced Toyota Safety Sense features, Team Toyota Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait for you to discover what the all-new Corolla Cross can do for our customers. I hope this drives you to fulfill our mission of making more customers smile with our unmatched range of products and services. For now, get ready to cross into the new age for the world's best-selling car model. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Okamoto-san, and once again, good afternoon to all our friends from the media. I'm Elvin Luciano.
I'm Nadine Capistrano, and we are your hosts for Toyota Motor Philippines' third virtual launch for 2020, Cross into the Future. Welcome, everyone. I'd like to take this time to invite all of you to post about our event here today using the hashtag CorollaCrossPH and tell all your friends about the virtual launch of Toyota's new Corolla Cross.
I believe you already have several media friends watching. How are you guys? It's been a tough couple of months, but I hope everyone's hanging in there.
I'm sure you all miss our physical launches, but of course, we continue to prioritize everyone's health and safety. Nevertheless, we guarantee your enjoyment just the same. So we hope you're all well and good while watching from the comfort of your own homes.
And don't worry, guys, when this is all over, we will have plenty more chances to meet. In the meantime, Nadine, can you tell our friends from the media what they can expect this afternoon?
Well, Elvin, Okamoto-san just shared today that we are unveiling the all-new Toyota Corolla Cross. It's sleek, it's high-tech, and it's Toyota's first hybrid crossover here in the Philippines.
Perfect for urban dwellers, the new Corolla Cross lets you do more with less. Less fuel, that is. With the changing times and the new reality we are in, we're all learning to be a bit more conscious about everything, including our environment.
Right, and TMP continues to evolve and adapt to this new world by creating an urban crossover that fuses comfort, safety, and style with innovation and environmental impact.
We're taking you on a ride, cross into the future with Toyota Motor Philippines' all-new Corolla Cross.
さんこんにちは。カローラクロスの開発責任者亀山大蔵です。この車はカローラミーツ SUV をコンセプトに開発されました。このカローラの新しい家族カローラクロスについて語る前に少しカローラのお話をさせてください。カローラとは世界で最も売れているトヨタ車であり、常に時代の最先端ど真ん中、長い年月と労力をかけて作り上げてきたトヨタのヘリテージです。カローラとはトヨタそのものです。1966年に日本で初代を発売して以降、世界約150カ国、累計約4800万台を販売してきたトヨタのグローバルベストセラーカーです。時代のちょっと先を行く大衆車であり、今までの歴史を振り返ってみてもさまざまな形が登場し、その時代のニーズに合わせて形状を変えてきました。よってアフォーダブル性を保ったまま形を SUV として出すのはカローラとして必然であり当然です。この車の最大の特徴はお客様の期待を超える車格感とユーティリティです。アーバンタフネスをデザインキーワードとした堂々とした力強い外観、特にワイドスタンスには自信があります。安全装備、環境性能についてはカローラファミリーが備える DNA を引き継いでいます。そして新たな魅力ある走りにもこだわりが詰まっています。TNGA GAC プラットフォームを採用。新開発トーションビームサスペンションによる乗り心地、フラットな走りは素晴らしい仕上がりです。もちろん走りの楽しさや必要十分な空間が満たされているだけではなく、お客様の好奇心を刺激し、新しいことにチャレンジする気持ちを呼び覚まし、それら車に求められる全ての快適さが実現されています。カローラクロスとはお客様にとってもカローラにとっても新しい家族です。時には友人、時には相棒、時には兄弟、まさに家族そのものです。大切な人も荷物も未来も全てを乗せて新しいストーリーを作ってください。
And there you have it. The new hybrid crossover from Toyota is officially here in the Philippines. Tell us about how excited you all are by posting online with the hashtag CorollaCrossPH. I can't wait to hear what you guys think.
And later on in the show, we'll be opening the floor for questions during our press conference. If you already have questions in mind, please feel free to type them into the comment box below.
There's still a lot more to learn about the new Corolla Cross, so we invite all of you to please watch this.
Hello everyone! Thank you for joining us today. We continue to move forward with another safely distanced virtual activity. But that doesn't stop our excitement as we unveil a brand new model from a very well-loved nameplate, the Corolla. Did you know that the Corolla is Toyota's longest-running model since its introduction in 1966? In fact, it just reached a global cumulative 40 million sales milestone, which probably makes it the world's best-selling nameplate. Surely, we have our own stories that involve the iconic Corolla, but Toyota has reinvented it to a crossover form popular today. Without ado, join me as I present to you our marketing strategy for the new Corolla Cross. This afternoon, I'll be sharing with you the Corolla Cross's most exciting features and how it will stand out. Filipinos love their SUVs, And if the past 5 years is any indicator, SUVs continue to dominate the commercial vehicle market, taking up almost an entire third at 31% as of June year to date. Now, who is the Corolla Cross customer? This crossover appeals to both men and women with a slight leaning towards us women. They want a crossover that looks good, drives well, and can handle their dynamic lifestyle from their day job on weekdays to their adventures on the weekends. They are forward thinkers who want to be part of the solution. So, the fuel-saving, self-charging hybrid technology will be a big plus. Yes, the Corolla Cross will come in a hybrid option, which combines an efficient gasoline engine with 2 powerful electric motors. These seamlessly work together to maximize driving performance while minimizing fuel consumption and CO2 emissions. So it doesn't only look good, it does good too. As proudly presented by Chief Engineer Daiso Kameyama earlier, the Corolla Cross has a stunning exterior design that combines imposing toughness with urban refinement. On the front, you'll see the gun-metallic grille as part of its double trapezoid design. As you go around the vehicle, you'll see dynamic character lines that run from the front to the rear of the body, giving it a bold, 3-dimensional look. And from behind, the rear fenders are flared outwards, contrasting with aerodynamically tapered cabin. This gives an imposing stance. It's also our 5th model to be built on the Toyota New Global Architecture platform, designed to provide greater agility, improved stability, and better visibility for the driver. I was fortunate enough to try this car in Toyota's super secret test drive facility with a nice view of Mount Fuji sometime last year. I'm no professional driver, but I do like how light and easy it is to drive. And the passenger comfort at the back is something I'm sure many customers would truly appreciate. TNGA makes sure that the Corolla Cross lives up to the handling and stability of its namesake and drive like a sedan. We've also equipped it with Toyota Safety Sense, loaded with an abundance of active features to protect you and your loved ones on the road. Our customers will enjoy all this in spacious premium cabin. Customize your comfort with the 8-way power adjustable driver's seat, which is also available in leather. Easily check your route on Waze with an 8-inch infotainment system equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And view your Echo score as you drive on the large 7-inch multi-information display. We know our customers view their vehicle as an extension of themselves. And so, Toyota also offers customers an array of accessories from TGA for them to personalize their Corolla Cross. The new Corolla Cross is available in 2 variants. It starts at a competitive SRP of 1,285,000 pesos for the 1.8G CVT variant, while the top-of-the-line V variant is powered by our hybrid technology and comes with Toyota Safety Sense. This will retail for 1,650,000 pesos. The new Corolla Cross will come in 4 dazzling colors: Metal Stream Metallic, Red Mica Metallic, Platinum White Pearl Mica, and Attitude Black Mica. We want to offer the Corolla Cross as something both familiar and reinvented. Cross boundaries in style, comfort, and safety with our sleek new compact crossover. Thank you very much. That's all for this afternoon. Maraming salamat po.
The world has changed, so should your ride. It's time to reimagine the norms, redefine the standards, and reset the rules. because normal is out of the picture. The new Toyota Corolla Cross. Every day, reinvented.
It's great to finally meet the new Corolla Cross. We at Toyota are proud and very excited to share with you this new hybrid crossover that will take you guys into a forward-driven world. So, we want to hear what you think. Share your thoughts with us by using the hashtag #CorollaCrossPH, or give a thumbs up in the comment box.
And now, I'm sure our friends from the media are all burning with questions about the country's newest hybrid crossover. So allow us to move on to this afternoon's press conference. Alvin, I leave the stage to you.
Yes, I'm right here. And thank you, Nadine. Yeah, and good afternoon to all our media friends who are watching us from all over the country. So as my partner mentioned, we are now moving into our press conference. So if you have any questions, and I'm sure you have a lot because we have a lot to talk about today. We have the product, we have hybrid technology. So for any question, just feel free to send them in to us by typing them into the comment box below your screen. And don't forget to include your name and your affiliation. And if you want to direct your question to any panelist in particular, you can indicate that in your message. And speaking of panelists, it's time to meet the representatives from Toyota Motor Philippines who will be answering our questions for today. So panelists, when I call your name, please wave to our media friends who are watching this afternoon. So our panel for today is headed by the President of Toyota Motor Philippines, Mr. Atsuhiro Okamoto. Of course, we also have the Senior Vice President for Marketing Division, Mr. Jing Atienza. Also joining us today is the first Vice President for Corporate Affairs, Attorney Romel Gutierrez. We also have the first Vice President for Customer Service Operations, Mr. Rainier Gregorio. Of course, we also have the Vice President for Product Planning, Mr. Nico Bravante. And today we also welcome to the panel a new yet very, very familiar face, the Vice President for Marketing Services, Ms. Elijah Marshall. All right, as mentioned, we have an hour to answer all of your questions. So start typing in them now through the comment box somewhere below. And later on, we will ask those questions to our panelists. But now we have some advanced questions that we have with us today. For our first question, this one is for our president, Mr. Atsuhiro Okamoto, with a car like the Corolla Cross, with its great design, hybrid technology, TNGA, advanced safety features, and with it being an SUV and a crossover, people are expecting it to be more on the pricier side, but to the surprise of many, it's quite competitively priced. So why is that so? Mr. Okamoto, can you tell us why the Corolla Cross is priced closely to the Corolla Altis? Mr. Okamoto?
Thank you for your question. There are two main reasons. One is product structure. This Corolla Cross underbody is shared with Corolla Altis, and also some of the parts are shared with Corolla Altis. The product structure itself, besides upper body, they're very similar to Corolla Altis. So the cost structure is very close to Corolla Altis. That is a product structure point. Another reason is a market trend. The many customers shifting from sedan to SUV in Asia. That already happened and accelerated. In Philippines, also such a trend also starting. So considering such a market trend, we will set the attractive price for customers who shifting from sedan to SUV, especially the existing Corolla customer. That is the reason why we set the close to set a price, a strategic price close to Corolla Altis. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer, Mr. Okamoto. And now for our second question. If you recall, a few months back, Toyota Motor Philippines held the Hybrid Technology Conference, and we invited some stakeholders from the government and from the industry to discuss hybrid technology. And it was mentioned that hybrid companies and even the owners should benefit from certain incentives. Now, the question for this time for Attorney Romel Gutierrez is, does the hybrid variant benefit from tax breaks and other incentives? Attorney Romel?
Yeah. Thank you for that question. The new excise tax law, which became effective last 2018, actually reduced the excise tax rate of hybrid vehicles by 50%. We thank the government for recognizing the importance of hybrid in Philippine market. It's a good start as we intensify the presence of hybrid in the Philippines. Also, under the ASEAN Free Trade Agreement, the Toyota Corolla Cross, this particular hybrid variant, which actually comes from Thailand, also enjoys 0% import duty. No? This benefit actually started in 2010 when AFTA became effective. So these benefits are actually very important for us, and these tax breaks actually make particularly the Toyota Corolla Cross and hybrid more price competitive. Thank you.
Thank you for that explanation, Attorney Romel. And now we talk about the product. Earlier we have unveiled the Corolla Cross, and a lot of people are asking, is the Corolla Cross the car for me? So now we want to ask Ms. Elijah Marshall, who exactly is the primary target market for the Corolla Cross? Ms. Elijah?
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Hope you're all doing well. So who is the target market of the Corolla Cross? Well, me. Basically, the Corolla Cross will appeal to like middle-aged men and women, 35 to 45 years old. Although almost equal, for some reason it has higher appeal, slightly lang naman towards women. And they will use this car probably as a replacement, and will use this to commute to their work during the weekdays, and during the weekends, for sure they have some adventure in store for them. And what differentiates them probably is the appeal of a crossover versus a traditional sedan, because they are looking for a good exterior style and uniqueness in terms of the product design. And more importantly, they are forward thinkers, so they would be good advocates of the hybrid technology, Toyota Safety Sense, and New Global Architecture. So those are all the technologies that are included in the Corolla Cross, top of the line. Thank you.
Thank you, Elijah, for your answer. And now for our next question, actually, we are all very familiar with the Corolla brand being the best-selling vehicle around the world, globally. So, and also we all know that just recently, TMP has launched the hybrid version, the hybrid variant for the Corolla Altis. Now we'd like to ask Mr. Nico Bravante, what are there parts of the Corolla Altis that are also in the Corolla Cross? What's the difference? What are the differences between the two models, the two Corolla models, which both has the hybrid variant? Mr. Bravante?
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So for the sedan and the cross, there are basically a few parts that are being shared, mostly interior parts, but at the same time, it uses the same platform, the TNGA platform. But the differences would be for the Corolla Cross, being an SUV, they modified the platform, tuned the suspension, and actually developed a new rear suspension for this variant. And it also comes with additional features such as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and active safety such as a blind spot monitor and rear cross traffic alert. So these are a few of the differences between the Cross and the sedan hybrid. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bravante. But we have a follow-up question for you. So we have been mentioning hybrid since the beginning of our program. And now we'd like to know, would you care to explain what exactly is a hybrid vehicle and how is it different from all the other electric vehicles that are in the market today? So how is hybrid different from, say, a battery electric vehicle or BEV? Sir Nico?
Okay, so generally a hybrid vehicle has two power sources, from the electric motor and a conventional engine. And a hybrid vehicle uses that conventional engine to self-charge. As compared to a normal plug-in or a battery-powered vehicle, you have to plug it in and charge it, which is also the limitation of the battery-powered vehicle, because it depends on the charging and the capacity of the battery, and is also limited in terms of range. So basically, that would be the difference. As compared to hybrid, there's no range. You don't have to charge, so it's very convenient. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Nico. That's very clear. Now, the questions from the media are starting to come in. So if you have questions of your own for our panelists, do comment them in the comment box below. So, all right, now we have our question from Mr. Aris Espinosa of Business World. Mr. Aris he is actually an advocate for electrified vehicle. And his question is for Ms. Elijah Marshall. And he's asking, how does the Corolla Cross help advance TMP's advocacy for hybrids and EVs in the Philippines? And how does the Cross complement the Prius and the Altis hybrids? Elijah?
Hi, Aris. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for that question. Aris joined us several times last year in some of our hybrid symposium activities in various schools and universities. So Toyota continues with that advocacy together with the Corolla Cross. We still continue to believe and reiterate that hybrid technology is probably the most suitable for the Philippines right now because of the infrastructure we currently have. And the role that the Corolla Cross plays here is basically widening the lineup of models that have hybrid availability. So more models means more options for different customers who have different tastes and different lifestyles. And we hope that we can continue to expand the lineup of hybrid vehicles. Thank you, Aris.
All right, thank you, Elijah, and thanks, Aris, for that question. Now, we'd like to remind our media friends to share their thoughts about the all-new Corolla Cross by posting your pictures or your statements online with the hashtag CorollaCrossPH. And now we have our second question from our media friends. This time it's from Randolph De Leon, and he'd like to ask Mr. Atsuhiro Okamoto, will the Corolla Cross ever affect the RAV4 in sales? So Mr. Okamoto, will the Corolla Cross affect the RAV4 in sales?
Thank you for your question. Actually, the RAV4 and Corolla Cross, two-row SUV, the same number of the passenger, but the size is a bit different. And RAV4 is one size bigger than Corolla Cross. So of course, the some cannibalization is happen, but basically the size and performance, RAV4 and Corolla Cross a bit different. And the pricing also. I believe these two models can coexist. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Okamoto. And now we have a question from Mr. Monsi Serrano of the Philippine Business and News. So congrats, nice vehicle. Thank you, Mr. Serrano. So his question is for Mr. Nico Bravante. How long does it take for Toyota to develop this well-synergized hybrid vehicle? And what are the challenges that you encountered in the development? Sir Nico?
First of all, thank you, Sir Monsi, for your comment. As to the development, it takes about 3 to 5 years planning this from day one. And the challenges we encountered when we were planning for this model would be integrating a lot of factors such as design, new specifications, in terms of performance also, what would be the best package, and most importantly also keeping it at an affordable price. So all of these things played its own challenge for the planning. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Nico. And now we have our next question from Philippine Stars. Okay, the next question is actually also from the Philippine Business and News. It's from Maria Victoria Naik de Dios, and it's for Mr. Jing Atienza. So the question goes, what led Toyota Philippines to bring in the HEV? What are the advantages of HEV compared with the conventional Toyota vehicles? Sir Jing?
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you, Nike, for your question. For Toyota in the Philippines, yes, we've always wanted to increase, improve, and expand our hybrid lineup. As you well know, Toyota is a global leader in hybrid technology, and it took us years to make it happen. No? Of course, before there was some issues about pricing, and we appreciate, as mentioned by Attorney earlier, some incentives in terms of excise tax. No? So now we are able to do that. And we are expanding our hybrid lineup, not only from the Prius before and the Corolla last year, and now SUV. So we'd like to make this as mainstream as possible. So, of course, hybrid technology has been there for 20 years. There have been, almost 15 million units have been sold worldwide. And I think it's our time now to expand our HEV lineup. Of course, we all know about the advantages of HEV versus conventional Toyota vehicles in terms of quietness and also consumption. But soon, this will be as normal as the other vehicles. No? Probably later on, our other colleagues can share also in terms of maintenance cost will actually be very comparable or even cheaper than the other vehicles. So again, we are very pleased to introduce the hybrid or expand the lineup, and this time through the Corolla Cross model. Thank you, Nike.
Thank you, Sir Jing. That's a very exciting and inspiring future for HEV in the Philippines. And in relation to that, we'd like to ask a follow-up question, this time to Mr. Rainier Gregorio. This is actually one of the frequently asked questions from not just from the media, but also when we hold our hybrid conferences in schools. So they are asking in terms of things like periodic maintenance, repairs, parts, etc. Is maintaining a hybrid vehicle more difficult than traditional engine cars? Sir Rainier?
Yeah. Good afternoon, and thank you very much for the question. Yes, actually, maintaining a hybrid vehicle is just the same with maintaining a similar, an ordinary gasoline or diesel-fed engine. All the oil changes, the tire checking, all these are done in the hybrid vehicle, with the exception of a small item, which is the inspection and cleaning of filters, cooling filters for the hybrid battery. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Rainier. And now we have another question, this time from Manny de los Reyes. Sir Manny of Philippine Star and secondopinion.ph. And this question is for Mr. Jing Atienza. Is the Corolla Cross a regional or global model? Will it be marketed in Japan and the US? Sir Jing?
Thank you, Manny. Corolla and Corolla Cross, its derivative is a global model. And yes, it will be marketed worldwide. Of course, we can't announce for other markets, but as you well know, again, Corolla is a global model. So it will be sold in various countries around the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Jing. And for our next question, this time from Bochi Santos of Visor and Philippine Daily Inquirer. And this was also asked by Fourth Manahan of Car Moody. And this is also for Sir Jing Atienza. How many units do you expect to sell for the Corolla Cross? And what is the sales target for this vehicle? Sir Jing?
Hey, Bochi and Fort, thank you. How many units? We're targeting around 100 units. And of course, for us, it's a conservative target. And we know this will expand through the years as more and more people, again, would accept not only the Corolla Cross or SUV or crossover, but also hybrid model in the Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Jing, and thank you for those questions, Fort of Car Moody and Bochi of Visor. And speaking of Visor, we'd like to say hi to Mr. Vernon Sarne. Get well soon, and we miss you, and we're excited to have you back again in our events. So, again, all right. We just have another announcement. So, to help us improve our future digital launches like this, like what we are doing today, please accomplish a short survey that will be made available after this program. And also, a reminder to our media friends with us today, the press kits will be available after the program. So, for more details on the all-new Corolla Cross, you can visit the Toyota website later tonight with the URL toyota.com.ph/Corolla Cross. So that's one word, toyota.com.ph/Corolla Cross. But that will be activated later after our public launch on Facebook at 6 p.m. So speaking of our public launch, later this evening, cross into the future with one of the country's most beloved singer-songwriters, Moira De La Torre. So after this program, after you write your articles, you can go back to our to TMP's official Facebook page to watch the public launch and be entertained by this musical performance that we have prepared featuring Moira De La Torre. All right. For our next question, all right, this question is also for Mr. Jing Atienza. So Toyota has been active in launching new models lately. Really? I didn't notice that. All right. The question for Mr. Jing Atienza is, do you think now is the best time to launch these models? Sir Jing?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yes, we've been launching vehicles. You'd recall we just launched the Wigo a few months back, and just last month we also had a similar event for the Vios, and now again we're launching the Corolla Cross. So is it the best time? Of course, for us, any time is a good time to launch. Of course, we understand the situation, and for some quite difficult times, but this is a good time also, as I think I've answered this before also, that everyone of us should contribute, no, on how to make things move forward, but of course in a safe and responsible manner. So is it a good time to launch? Yes, it's a good time to launch, because also this is a good product. This is Corolla, the world's biggest selling, highest selling model since from 50 years ago. And this is the best iteration of Corolla as well. And we've highlighted that it's a very good package. The NGA, the new global architecture of Toyota, making our vehicles easier and safer to drive. We have TSS, Toyota Safety Sense, a higher level of Toyota Safety Sense also, which makes it very safe to complement the good driving performance of this vehicle. And of course, the best technology, our good technology about hybrid. So yes, it's a good model. It's a good time to launch. It's a good product, and we're proud to launch it at this time. But of course, again, this is also Toyota's way to, again, as I've said, contribute and give our customers the best choices for vehicles. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Jing. And now for our next question. I think this question is from Mr. Al all right. Yeah, this question is from Mr. Al Mendoza, Business Mirror. Hi, Sir Al. We're glad you can join us today. And this question is for Mr. Atsuhiro Okamoto. When will the Corolla Cross be available in the Philippines? So, Mr. Okamoto. Okay, when will the Corolla Cross be available for retail in our dealerships? Sir Jing?
Please allow me to answer that again. Thank you for that question, Sir Al, Sir Botsi, kamusta na po kayo? Of course, today is our launch, but we've started delivering to the dealers, and retail sales will start end of this month. That's August 26. And during that time, we encourage all our of course, customers or those interested to go visit our dealerships. And of course, our dealerships are quite safe. But there are also a lot of details online if you'd like to see them. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Jing. And of course, as mentioned earlier, the product page, the web page for the Corolla Cross will be live tonight on our official website. So it's toyota.com.ph/Corolla Cross. And through that web page, you can already make online inquiries and choose your preferred dealer where you want to get your Corolla Cross from. All right? Okay, so for our next question, this one is again for our president, Mr. Atsuhiro Okamoto. All right, this is a very interesting question. Speaking of hybrid and its future, not only globally, but also in the Philippines. Mr. Okamoto, what should we expect for the future of hybrid technology in Toyota?
Thank you for the question. The basically concept of the hybrid technology, the combination of the gasoline and the battery, that is not changed. concept itself is not changed, but there are still many points to be improved in our hybrid system. We should reduce the cost of the hybrid component and also more improve the fuel efficiency. But these 2 points, still under development. So the concept of the hybrid, the combination gasoline and battery is not changed, but the more affordable price or more fuel efficient. At such a point, there are still a huge room to be improved. The advanced hybrid system is a kind of a plug-in hybrid is a kind of the advanced hybrid system, but even a plug-in hybrid still combination gasoline and battery. So in order to achieve more affordable price or more fuel efficiency, we will continue to improve the hybrid technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Okamoto-san. That is indeed a promising future for HEV and electrified vehicles in the country. So now we have our next question. And again, this is for Mr. Nico Bravante. So the question for Mr. Nico Bravante is, why did it take Toyota so long to introduce a compact crossover? Sir Nico?
Okay, thank you for the question. Well, yes, when we were studying, of course, we wanted to provide the most appropriate model or variant. That's why it took quite some time. It first started off with the RAV4 TNGA as a first crossover, but again, it was priced quite higher compared to the target market. So now it took us some time, and the main point was we wanted to provide the best package, the best combination of price, design, and specification. So, and maybe why Corolla is the next question. I would say that Corolla basically is the highest selling model for Toyota globally, and then it has developed this heritage through the years, and it has been provided in several types. During 60s, 70s, 80s, it came in sedan, coupe, and even wagon. And now is the time of the crossover, and hence the Corolla Cross. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Nico. And again, a reminder to our media friends who are with us today, we still have time to answer all your questions. So please, if you have more questions, just type them in using the comment box found somewhere below this screen. All right, so let's move on to our next question. And this time it's from Mr. Monchenares of Monster Chronicles, and his question is for Nico Bravante. So the question is, Mr. Bravante, is the Corolla Cross using the same engine, hybrid configuration as the Altis? Sir Nico?
Thank you, Sir Monch, for the question. Yes, as for the hybrid, basically, yes, it has the same powertrain and transaxle combination as the Altis hybrid for the sedan. So both share the same hybrid powertrain. But as you may know also, we have the conventional 1.8 available for the Cross, whereas in the Altis sedan, it is using the 1.6 liter configuration. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Nico. And we have some follow-up related question. It's from Ms. Aida Sevilla Mendoza of Philippine Daily Inquirer. So Miss Ida is asking, how many airbags and where is the Corolla Cross manufactured? Sir Nico?
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Ida, for the question. Yes, the Corolla Cross comes in with 7 airbags for both variants, and it will be coming in from Thailand. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Sir Nico and Ms. Ida, for that question. And let's move on to another question, an industry question for Attorney Romel Gutierrez. And it's coming from Ms. Othel Campos of Manila Standard Today. Her question goes, will the automotive industry ask for fiscal support from the government to help companies, industry players endure the impact of the pandemic, since many industries in the manufacturing sector have also sought similar assistance? Attorney Romel?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Otel, for that timely and very significant question. Yes, indeed, the automotive industry needs government support, especially at this time. No? As you know, the market as of July is already 50% down from last year's figure. So it is really a challenge. No? In fact, tremendous pressures have been felt by all the automotive industry players. And through CAMPI, initially we already sounded off DTI that we will be discussing with them appropriate measures that we think is needed by the auto industry, particularly the manufacturing sector, no? The production of local vehicles. It has really been hard hit, no? So, we are coordinating with government so that appropriate support can be given to the automotive industry as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Romel, and thank you, Ms. Othel, for that question. Now we have a question from Mr. Ron De Los Reyes of Auto Review, and this question goes to Mr. Atsuhiro Okamoto. Okay, with the launch of the Corolla Cross, will the production of the regular Corolla sedan continue? If yes, how are you marketing both the Corolla sedan and the Corolla Cross? So the question for Mr. Okamoto is, will the production of the regular Corolla sedan continue? If yes, how are you marketing both? Mr. Okamoto?
Thank you for the question. Of course, we continue Corolla sedan production, of course, because the customer, still many customers prefer the sedan rather than SUV. But some customer, the moving from sedan to SUV, such a customer preference, still bit different. So we Toyota should cover such a customer preference for all the body types. So we continue the Corolla sedan and also the newly implemented SUV. Marketing, maybe that is depend on the target customer. Clearly, the sedan customer and the SUV customer clearly or totally different the target customer. So that depend on the target customer. We prepare such a marketing or promotion for both models. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Okamoto. And now for our next question, and this one is for Ms. Elijah Marshall, and it's coming from Mr. Al Mendoza of Business Mirror. Looks like Sir Al is really interested in getting a Corolla Cross because his question is, if I buy the Corolla Cross, he wants to buy the Corolla Cross right now. If I buy the Corolla Cross, via Toyota Financial Services, how much would the down payment be? So if he buys a Corolla Cross via TFS, Toyota Financial Services, Sir Al wants to know how much would the down payment be? Ms. Elijah?
Hi, Sir Al. It depends on the variant that you will choose. But basically, Toyota Financial Services is offering a low down payment of 15%. So unlike the usual down payment terms offered by other banks, which is around 20%, TFS will offer it for as low as 15% down payment. Additionally, we're actually pleased to inform everyone that the Corolla Cross Hybrid, the hybrid variant, will be available in Balloon Payment Plus as well. So if you prefer a lower monthly payment, then you can avail of the Balloon Payment Plus with lower monthly payment that's already inclusive of the periodic maintenance package, as well as a guaranteed future value. So, Sir Al, I hope this is something that you can consider. Thank you, Sir Al.
All right, thank you, Elijah. And our next question is from Jen Tew. And her question is also for Ms. Elijah Marshall. Jen Tew says, congratulations on the launch of the all-new Corolla Cross. Thank you, Jen. About the target market, you mentioned that it is mostly women, married, has a dynamic lifestyle. So her question is, what characteristic about the Corolla Cross would specifically appeal to this market? So what characteristic about the Corolla Cross would specifically appeal to this market that is mostly women, married, and has a dynamic lifestyle? Elijah?
Great question, Jen. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, the Corolla Cross appeals to both men and women. Very slight lang naman yung inclination towards women. But I personally, when I drove it, what appealed to me was the compact size. It was very easy to maneuver and drive. I know women can also drive big, bulky cars, but this one, it's very easy to drive. The space at the second row, if you have kids, so most women in this age bracket already have small children. The ride comfort at the back is also very something you can appreciate, especially with small children. And having a dynamic lifestyle, so being a crossover, it has the comfort of driving like a sedan, but it has maybe the higher ground clearance that will enable you to go to different types of road condition. And women, we notice that women are also more particular in terms of the safety features. And the Corolla Cross Hybrid has a full package of Toyota Safety Sense. So I think those things, those key features would really appeal to the women and in general the market of Corolla Cross. Thank you, Jen.
All right, thank you, Elijah, and thank you, Jen. But Jen has a follow-up question, right? All right, Jen. Yeah, Jen to you from Manila Times, Car Guide. And this question is for Mr. Nico Bravante. So considering that Toyota is advocating more sustainable mobility, why the need to have a CVT variant and not just stick to the hybrid? So why the need to have a CVT variant and not just stick to the hybrid? Mr. Bravante?
Okay, thank you for the question. Yes, we have provided two variants for the Corolla Cross, mainly to appeal also, not just for the existing C SUV target customer, but also those upgrading that still has a budget. So from the B segment, such as the B sedan, this can be a very good step up for them into the world of crossover or SUV. That's why we still provide this CVT variant. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Nigo. And we have our next question from one of our media friends, and it's from Miss Georgia Cotauco of Solar Sports and Entertainment. And her question is for Miss Elijah Marshall. So Miss Georgia says, I love what I'm seeing with the Corolla Cross. Thank you, Miss Georgia. But with everyone still facing challenges financially in this pandemic, will there be a promo campaign that may still bring down the price? So will there be a promo campaign that may still bring down the price of the Corolla Cross? Elijah?
Hi, thank you, Georgia. Yes, aside from Toyota trying to bring down the SRP already at a very competitive level, both for the conventional and the hybrid variants, just what I mentioned earlier, the hybrid will be available in a balloon payment plus terms. So definitely this will be easier on the pocket, especially for the lower monthly payment. And you don't have to worry about the periodic maintenance anymore. And there is a guaranteed future value at the end of the term. And again, aside from this, Toyota Financial Services will offer flexible financing deals, including a 15% down payment. Hope this answered your question, Georgia. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Elijah. At this point, we would like to again plug our program later this evening. So please, media friends, please help us share the word, spread the word that later this evening at 6 p.m. through our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Toyota Motor Philippines and youtube.com/Toyota Motor Philippines. We will be doing a live stream of our public launch. So we will introduce the Corolla Cross to the public, and then we will also have a performance from one of the country's most beloved singer-songwriters, Moira de la Torre. So hear her sing her hit songs, Tagpuan, Ikaw at Ako, and more. That's coming up tonight at 6 p.m. on Toyota's Facebook and YouTube pages. So keep those questions coming, guys. Our panelists are all here and ready to tell you more about the new Corolla Cross. All right? So if you have more questions, just type them in the comment box below your screen. And for now, we'd like to ask another question, this time for Mr. Rainier Gregorio. I think this has been mentioned earlier, but we'd like to highlight, we'd like to emphasize, the question, Sir Rainier, is which Toyota dealers can service hybrid units? So which Toyota dealers can service hybrid units? Sir Rainier?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. Right now, Toyota has 70 dealers, 70 dealers nationwide. And all of these 70 dealers are well equipped and trained to service all hybrid vehicles. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Rainier. And now, we also have a question from one of our regular HEV friends. It's Ms. Tessa Salazar of Philippine Daily Inquirer, and her question is for Mr. Nico Bravante. So her question goes, I read that the Corolla Cross has been launched in Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia. How different or similar is the Philippine market with these countries as far as market receptiveness to hybrids and hybrid SUVs is concerned? So how different or similar is the Philippine market with Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia as far as market receptiveness to hybrids and hybrid SUVs is concerned? Sir Nico?
Okay. Ms. Tessa, thank you for the question. Generally, for ASEAN, if I may call it, the product and customers are quite the same in terms of what is needed. But in terms of hybrid, already Thailand, as you may know, has already have this hybrid strong support and has already been widely accepted by the customers. They have been ahead of us for maybe 10 more years already, and we can already see the benefits at Thailand that many customers really see the benefits for hybrid systems. And in Philippine setting, we are just starting. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sir Nico, for that answer. And now we have another question from this time it's from Mr. Lester Dizon of Power Wheels. So he wants to ask Mr. Nico Bravante, what's the engine of the Toyota Corolla Cross? So what's the engine, Sir Nico?
Hi, Sir Lester. Yes, the engine basically is from the 2ZR family. The 2ZR FE is the 1.8 conventional, and the 2ZR-FXE is the hybrid. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Nico. And now, again, we'd like to ask our media friends to, we are encouraging you to post your thoughts about the Corolla Cross by sharing them on your social media pages, social media accounts. Please don't forget to use the hashtag #CorollaCrossPH when you post online. Also, to help us improve our future digital launches, after this program, a link to the short survey will be opened on this same microsite. So please make sure to check that, to click on that survey link and answer the survey questionnaire to help us bring you a better digital launch experience in the future. And also, the press kits will be available after this program. For more details on the all-new Corolla Cross, please visit the Toyota website starting tonight after the public launch. The webpage will be available. Again, it's toyota.com.ph/Corolla Cross. You can see the specs, you can see some pictures, and of course, the page will have an online inquiry form so that you and other customers can make an online inquiry with their preferred dealer all over the country. Okay? All right, for our next question, we have Mr. Ed Uy asking Mr. Nico or Sir Rainier, could you tell us more about those tech features like wireless charging USB ports and the screen? Could you tell us more about those tech features like wireless charging USB ports and the screen? So, Sir Nico, would you like to answer first?
Okay, yes. As to the USB ports, basically we have one in front and two at the rear console. The screen, basically, if you are referring to the MID screen, it's basically the 7-inch in terms of size, and already shows a lot of the features for the vehicle from the screen, and you can toggle on and off a lot of the features from there. I believe Sir Rainier also has some additional information on wireless charging.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sir Nico. Hello. Thank you, Sir Nico. Yes, we will launch around 21 accessory lines along with this new Corolla Cross, and 5 of which is electrical accessories. And included in those electrical accessories is wireless charger that will be introduced along with the launch of the model. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Nico, and thank you, Sir Rainier. And now let's move on to the next question for Attorney Romel Gutierrez. And this is from Mr. Al Mendoza of Business Mirror. I think this is a follow-up question to the one answered by Attorney Romel earlier. What specific support are we looking at from the government? Financial? If yes, in what form? You said manufacturing aspect. In what manner? So, Mr. Al Mendoza is asking Attorney Romel, what specific support are we looking at from the government? Attorney Romel?
Thank you, Sir Al. Before answering that, I'd like to comment on your question earlier. You were asking if you buy, no? I think the more appropriate question is when you buy, no? You should buy now, not if. Anyway, yeah, thank you for that question. Indeed, we are asking for some support from government, no? On manufacturing, you know the CARS program. It's ongoing, and it's an industry issue actually because we are talking of manufacturing here. Because of the slowdown in sales, the local manufacturing, specifically the Bios and the Mirage, these are the models enrolled under the CARS program, also are badly hit. And the danger there is that there are commitments under the CARS program that we have to meet. And definitely, with all this negative impact on the automotive industry, there is a threat that the participants of CARS program may not be able to achieve the target volume as committed. So these are just one of the many issues that the industry is facing right now. How to sustain the competitiveness of local manufacturing and the automotive industry as a whole. At this time, we think it's very appropriate that we review the policies and the conditions of government support. We need appropriate assistance and collaboration with the government so that we could maintain local production and at the same time be competitive, not only among brands, but even among regions in the ASEAN particularly. So again, we are quite concerned about the survival of the auto industry. And auto industry is very important in the economy. No? This is really one of the big contributors to GDP. So we hope that we will continue with our collaboration with the government. Thank you, Al.
Thank you, Attorney Romel. And at this point, I would like to thank our media friends for joining us today, for sending in your questions. And again, reminder, later at 6 p.m., we will have our public launch live streamed via our Facebook and YouTube accounts. So please invite your followers, your readers, to come visit our social media accounts to join our public launch. So there will be a performance from Moira de la Torre, and there will also be games and other surprises. So we hope you can check that out. And of course, please keep sharing your thoughts on your social media pages and using the hashtag CorollaCrossPH when you post online. And then press kits will be available after the program. And the press kits can actually be downloaded through this very website. And later tonight, the press release will also be available publicly through the Toyota Motor Philippines website. Okay, let's move on to our next question. This time it's for Mr. Jing Atienza. And the question is from John Michael Bueno of kumagkao.net. So his question goes, how important is it to release a hybrid car in the Philippines? Is this just one of more hybrid cars you plan to release in the future? So how important is it to release a hybrid car in the Philippines? Is this just one of more hybrid cars you plan to release in the future? So, Sir Jing.
Thank you, John. How important is it to release? It's very important for Toyota in the Philippines to release this hybrid car and other hybrid vehicles in the Philippines. Toyota has been successful in releasing hybrid technology around the world, and we'd like this technology to be available here, at a bigger scale. Is this just one of more? Of course, we are committed to bringing in ever better cars, and that these be available for the Philippine market. We would like this. We'd like to expand, of course, our hybrid lineup. But of course, we cannot give the details right now. But that's a commitment also from Toyota. By when, of course, would be another matter. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sir Jing. And I think we have our very last question from our media friends for today's press conference. So at this point, let me thank each one of you for joining us today and sending in your questions for our panelists. And this last question is from Vince Pornelos, and it's for Mr. Jing Atienza. So Vince Pornelos of Auto Industria is asking, normally and historically, when Toyota launches an all-new model, customers flock to dealerships to reserve, leading to very long queues as supply is overtaken by demand. But with the pandemic and its economic effects, what do you think will be the initial demand be like? What will the supply be like? What will the supply be like from Thailand? So Vince wants to know, with the pandemic and its economic effects, what do you think will the initial demand be like, and what will the supply be like from Thailand? Sir Jing?
Thank you, Vince, for your question. Yes, quite appropriate question at this time, especially during the pandemic and the effects on the economy. But based on that, we'd like to share also some positive trends we've been seeing the past few weeks on the uptrend in terms of market performance. And this is a welcome development. As you well know, industry was affected in a big manner the past months. But yes, it's very positive that we're seeing uptick in terms of trend. In terms of supply, Toyota in the Philippines is, of course, we have a very close link in terms of communications with the production partners, of course, at Toyota in Thailand. So we'd like all customers to, of course, visit our dealership so that we can see the actual demand of this model so that we can increase our supply if necessary. Of course, Toyota globally is committed to provide the vehicles when needed and where needed. So we have a very close communication channel with the production. Thank you, Vince. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Jing. And that ends the Toyota Corolla Cross press conference. So a big thank you to our panelists for joining us. And of course, to our media friends for all your questions today. So let's get back to the show. Welcome back, my partner, Nadine.
Thanks, Elvin. Questions are now available for download. For more details on the Corolla Cross, you may also visit our website. When posting on social media, please use the hashtag CorollaCrossPH so we can easily find your posts. And before you go, please don't forget to answer our short event survey.
We will also be having our virtual public launch for the new Corolla Cross streaming on Facebook at 6 p.m. today, so do check that out. There you have it, guys. Once again, I am Elvin Luciano.
And I am Nadine Capistrano. Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you.
The world has changed, so should your ride. It's time to reimagine the norms, redefine the standards, and reset the rules. Because normal is out of the picture. The new Toyota Corolla Cross. Every day, reinvented.